quick thing that I'm pissed about.
Okay.
So I'm a 49er fan, been a 49er fan my entire life. Like I was born with a fucking 49er onesie on. So
Sure.
Colin Kaepernick was a 49er last year. Not anymore. But last year he started kneeling during the national anthem. And it made a lot of people really fucking mad.
And why?
Mainly white people.
Yeah. What was the reason?
So the first time he had sat down on the bench during it and said he didn't want to stand because he didn't want to stand for the national anthem because he didn't want to stand for the flag because what he thought the flag represented was a country of unjust laws at the moment. He didn't feel like there was...
He thought the flag record?
Well, because when you're doing the flag represents America, and what he feels like in America isn't an even balance. He doesn't feel like black people and white people are treated the same.
Yeah.
Due to primarily the shootings the last few years of unarmed black civilians.
Yes.
By the police.
Right.
So most people, well, I don't say most people, a good number of people got really mad. They're like, how dare he? The flag represents the troops. And it's like, wait, what? Like, no, the flag represents more than just the troops. It's everybody. It's troops and it's not troops. Now, I understand if you look at the flag and you think the flag equals America and America equals troops and war and blah, blah, blah. But most of my friends that are in the military, none of them took offense to it because they look, man, I'm in the military. I fight for your right to speak out against whatever you want, however you want. As long as you're not burning the flag, you know, I mean, it's, you're welcome to do that.
Yeah.
So people got really mad, and then little by little, it kind of bled into a lot of other teams, and they started showing support for basically the same thing. So they'd sit during the national anthem, kneel during the national anthem, whatever. Flash forward to this year, and a lot of the players were like, we're probably not going to do that the same way. We're probably going to do different things. A lot of people in the NFL have done things to help the community. Kaepernick has donated like $800,000 to different charities to try to help educate people and fight for rights. Doug Baldwin of the Seahawks has been working with the police departments up here to try to work on things like that. But with the start of the season, first thing that I read about was that the Cleveland Police Department was no longer going to hold the flag during the national anthem if players refuse to stand, which in and of itself is kind of like, well, so you're mad that they're using their own free speech. Now, I understand you may disagree with the aspect of it, but they have a right to free speech. And if that's what their choice is to say, I don't agree with what's happening here. I feel like things are unjust. Whether you agree with it or not, they have the right to do that. Yeah. The NFL has no rule that says you have to stand up.
Right.
So whatever.
Right.
So I was like, okay, so the way you're going to show them is by not holding the flag, like fuck the Brown. I mean, to me, I was like, okay, that seems silly.
Yeah, I don't get that either because I don't get. I think the flag represents America in like what it should be.
Sure.
Like what it like all the bad things that are happening in it are not part of the flag to me.
Yeah,
those are
in
bad
spite
things.
Of.
Yeah, exactly. Those are bad things that are happening in the country in spite of all of the good things that the country represents.
Exactly.
So taking a knee, I don't see that as like saying "fuck you, America."
Yeah, they're not flipping off the flag. They're not pooping on anything. They're literally saying.
I don't see it as unpatriotic.
Yeah.
I see it as a form of saying, "Hey, this stuff is happening in a country that I love, and I don't like it."
Yeah, and I'm not saying you don't have a right to disagree with his stance on it. You have every right to go, hey, he's not standing up. That pisses me off. Fine. This last week, there was a story that came out that one of the Seahawk players had been detained by police, had a gun put to his head because there was a shooting in Vegas, and the description was that it was a large black male. Now, I don't know all the details on both sides of it, but due to that, a lot of the players were like, fuck it, we're clearly not making enough progress, so we are going to keep kneeling or we are going to keep sitting. And now it's basically where there's a player on almost every team that's doing it.
Yeah.
And that's not what's pissing me off. Let me be really clear. I'm not mad that they're sitting. It really doesn't change my view of the football game. I'm there to watch a football game.
Yeah.
I'm not there to get... First off, it's really weird to me that the only time we ever have a flag out really like that is during a sporting event. Where it's like suddenly we're all super patriotic and it's like, I don't... Like really, aside from sporting events, how often do you hear the national anthem? Never.
Graduation.
That's what I'm saying. You hear the national anthem, and your little kids do the Pledge of Allegiance, and then that's the only time I see the flag. So for me, it's like it's really weird how two cross over.
It is kind of strange.
But then it's a place for people to have political ideologies and views and force them on. But anyway, all of that aside, I'm annoyed that so many people are annoyed that these guys have a stance or a thought or whatever. They're not going out on the field and acting fools. They're not being violent that's a peaceful fucking protest.
Yeah.
Which is exactly how you're supposed to protest.
Yeah.
Not this Antifa shit where you throw rocks at each other and throw full cans of Pepsi at one another. It's literally going, hey, this is the most peaceful way that I can show you how I feel. And I'm really fucking annoyed that we're spending so much time talking about the kneeling instead of what's actually happening that's causing the fucking kneeling.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
So fucking A, stop worrying about who's sitting and standing and showing them 9 times sitting on the bench to try to piss whoever it is you're trying to piss off and go, hey, what's this guy's stance? Let's fucking look into it and have a conversation.
Yeah, I agree.
Fuck.
I agree.
Whatever.
Take a deep breath. It's out. It's good. It's out. I agree. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's go to the music. Welcome to episode 24 of the Unreasonably Angry podcast. My name is Gary.
My name is Eric.
And how are you fuckers doing this week? I have an interesting story about Amazon customer service.
Uh-oh.
It's not particularly negative. It's just I've noticed on a number of occasions, despite me living like 25 miles from the city of Seattle where Amazon is headquartered.
You live like 12 miles away. It's closer than that.
Yeah. And so Amazon's headquarters is here.
Yeah.
And, we get all like the test stuff. They're testing drones in the city, and like we get the 1 hour
Prime Now yep.
and all of that. And so, yeah, that's cool. But when a package doesn't arrive, when a package that says it's getting Prime 2-day shipping does not arrive in 2 days or 3 days or 4 days or 5 days, then I'm like, okay, what the fuck am I paying you for?
Yeah.
Like,
here's your Prime membership.
It sounds like I'm an entitled bitch, but, and I fully understand that. But it's, and this is going to sound even worse, but it's the principle of the thing. It really is. I'm paying you. You're saying you're going to give me a service. You don't give me a service. Why am I paying you?
Yeah, how dare you? I don't want to go to the store like a peasant.
I know it sounds.
I don't want to park my car.
It sounds fucking stupid, but it's unreasonable anger.
No,
anger.
I fully fucking agree with you on this, so I'm excited to hear where this goes.
No, it gets good. It's funny. So what happens is it doesn't come. I ordered a hard drive, an external hard drive. Okay. And it didn't come. I contacted them once. They said, okay, sorry, here's $5 basically. And it wasn't cool. Like, I was like, okay, yeah, nice. And
the
so
cost
I had
of what the expedited shipping would cost.
Sure, exactly. And then I'm like, okay, cool. It keeps not coming. 2 or 3 days pass, and like the date that was like supposed to be when you wait for it to come after it hasn't come passes. And so I contact them again, and they say, okay, we're going to start a new order.
Okay.
So they place another order, like basically just cancel the other one, mark it as like returned, even though it's not returned, and mark it as lost in transit. I get the new one. I'm like, okay, I got it. Cool.
Did the old one arrive?
And the old one arrives. The tracking information did not show it as delivered or anything. It wasn't updated past like Indiana, but I got it. So here I am with both of them. Yep. And here's what happens. I talked to my mom about it, and I'm like, okay, the other one came, and she's like, well, you're going to give it back, right? And I'm like, I never said,
and all
like,
there is
we had...
Poof, there's a fucking angel and a devil on your shoulders.
We had like a half an hour conversation about this, and I would even call it like not an argument, but just like a heated conversation about
an argument.
Because what happened was I was like, at no point did I say I'm going to keep it.
But we started to get possibility.
We started to get into the theoreticals and we started to get about ethics and stuff. And she took more of the ethical side, but the side I was taking was
fuck them.
I've worked in retail. I've been friends with the loss prevention manager.
Sure.
Amazon has taken this out of their inventory. If I return it to them, they would be adding it back into their inventory and add it as like a plus, and would have to balance it again, right?
God. Okay.
I know this is stupid, but this is the way my mind thinks. Like I'm a rational like thinker about like the logistics of everything rather than just I don't go straight to.
Is it that, or are you just lazily not wanting to have to put it back in your mailbox?
If I were to think about the ethics of it, what she started to say was, if you don't return it, and every time you use it, you're going to feel guilty about it. And she knows me well. She's my mom, so she's right. Yeah. Like, if I kept it, I would feel like, I didn't really get this, and I didn't really pay for this, like, blah, blah, blah. And it's true. So I was, like, fully ready to, after that huge discussion, I was fully ready to send it back to them.
Sure.
So I contact them. And then I jokingly pass it off as, like, hey, Mom, they're gonna reply, like, just keep it. We don't care about it.
They do that.
We don't need you to return it. And she's like, yeah, but, you know, they might send you a return label, blah, blah, blah. A few days pass. Hello. Thanks for letting us know that you received both original and replacement order. Great grammar, by the way. You can tell I'm definitely an English-speaking American sending this. In this case, there's no need to return the extra item you received. You're welcome to keep, donate, or dispose of it, whichever option is most appropriate and convenient for you.
I'm going to sell that motherfucker.
This is a $70 item. I've looked up what it's going for on eBay. It goes for like $60 on eBay.
Jesus.
So it's like, yeah, I'm going to keep, donate, or dispose of it. That's absolutely right.
Yes. Keep, donate, or dispose.
So I turn around to my mom and I read this to her, and she's like, yep.
It was all like, that thing is, they're lazier than you are. They're like, please don't send it back.
And that's what I was telling my mom. I was like, there's no way they're going to care.
No.
And she's like, but it belongs to them.
Well, the thing is, now you feel really good. It feels good that you like did the right thing, and you also got a free thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I would totally take it to use for my Xbox, but with the Scorpio.
I don't know. Oh, I could use it with my Xbox. There's a reason. Yep. There's a reason to keep it.
Yep.
I will keep it. I won't sell it. There we go.
Hey, well, that's a happy story.
Yeah, it was happy. That's true. It wasn't angry.
No, look at that. Look, we're occasionally good news here on the Unreasonably Angry podcast.
But let's do a segue with Amazon, because there is something to get angry about with them. They just announced that a new item that they're going to test. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called the Echo Look.
Are you talking about the little screen, the fucking...
No, that's the Echo Show. It shows you things.
Okay.
But this
Dude, if I had an Echo Show, all I would be doing is showing my balls to people that also had an Echo Show.
I don't know. Does that have a camera? I don't know if that has a camera.
Yeah, of course it has a camera.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Okay. But this one is takes it a step further. It's called the Echo Look.
Okay.
And from my basic understanding of it, it's being tested right now. It's not, I don't think it's out completely, but it's being tested. It just looks like a baby cam that you put on your dresser or your vanity.
Okay.
Right? And it will take pictures of you and tell you about your style.
What?
About what you're wearing. Like if it matches where you, maybe even where you got it from, or where you can get it on Amazon if you want another one or something like that. And it'll tell you like if your clothes are matching, if it's like the latest trend, like how could you adjust your style to better fit like your personality.
Dude,
I don't know.
Basically, people are gonna put this in their bedroom, and they're gonna be surprised when there's video of them doing it.
So CNET released an article, I don't know, like less than a week after it came out,
about people doing it,
entitled "Amazon Echo Look Review." Wait, no, that's the wrong one. It wasn't.
There's got to be video of people getting down with some sexy time.
No, it was Wired. Amazon's Echo Look could snoop a lot more than just your clothes.
Yeah,
and this is posted under their security section.
Dude, they could tell you if you had a wet dream and if you need new sheets, and then it's Amazon.
Yeah,
so we've sent you new sheets.
It's one thing to have a camera in like your kitchen saying like that potato isn't peeled enough, but in your bedroom,
No, why?
Willingly.
But why? Like, what the fuck,
like,
people?
It's dystopian future.
We are literally walking right into 1984. Like, we are voluntarily welcoming it into our homes. Like, we're saying, hey, you know what? Hey, there's not enough.
Yeah, that's what George Orwell predicted, that it would be corporations that would, like, slowly take control over your lives.
Yeah.
What he didn't realize was that it's consumers allowing the corporations into their homes.
Yeah. No, I fully understand that by me having my iPhone, there's a fucking camera on the front, and so I'm showing them
There's
my
a
face.
microphone.
There's a microphone.
Yeah.
And because I use Google so much, it literally traces everywhere I walk and everywhere I stop and how fast I'm going and all that shit. I get that.
Yes.
It's bad enough.
Yes.
And then I do have an Echo. So I know that bitch is listening,
And
because every once in a while that little blue line will go, you're like, what are you listening to, bitch? Right. And the thing is like, it'll happen a lot during the commercials. And I swear to God, the conspiracy theorist in my brain is telling me that something happened during those commercials where it's sending her information.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
No, it's telling her to wake up so it'll listen to how you react to the commercial.
Like, this commercial looks stupid. She's like, oh.
Yeah.
And she like shuts down really sadly. She's like, oh. He
And
doesn't
then
want to talk to
And
me.
then you put on a list in Amazon somewhere. You're like, Eric O'Brien didn't like the Echo.
Pretty much, yes. all I'm seeing here is this is basically Amazon wanting to do chat roulette with all of their customers.
And that the stupid fucking thing is that the reason they're selling it, the point of the product is to check your fashion style.
Well, because they want to sell more clothes, supposedly. But the thing is there going to be like a guy? I know I'm being. I know I'm going lowbrow here. I know. Okay. Shocking for me. But is there someone lowbrow humor, like gross?
No.
Like
But what are you going lowbrow about?
Well, I've already talked about people having wet dreams. That's pretty fucking bottom of the barrel. But my point is there somebody in a room somewhere at Amazon has to watch all these feeds? Because if there's like a guy like wanking it, is like I mean,
it's all AI. It's
well, that's my point. No, come on.
Okay.
So somebody's got to filter through these videos, right? And have you ever done chat roulette?
Yeah.
You can't
no.
You can't do chat roulette for more than like 10 minutes without somebody jerking off. It's just
that's why
what
I haven't
happens.
done it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's inevitable. It's the inevitability.
Exactly that. So the thing is, if chat roulette you can't go 10 minutes, then if Amazon has that in 1,000 homes, 1,500 homes, eventually somebody in the room somewhere is seeing someone do something nasty.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 10 months from now,
so do you sign
Amazon employee gets sacked for looking at people doing it through Echolook.
Would they fire him though? I'm sure there's some sort of fucking thing that you have to agree with in the terms and conditions. Well, see, this is going to see you in your most private moments.
In the Wired article, that's what they complain about, is that they say there's no clear...
Exactly. Of course,
they have
there's
no clear
not.
Privacy policy.
Of course, there's not, dude.
They don't even have one.
This is
it's
like
not that's something you have to agree with. They don't even have one right now.
Exactly, because you can't get mad if there's not one. You just took it into your house. It's gonna be like that episode of Parks and Rec. Remember when they had Grizzle and they were like dropping the boxes down that had the gifts in them? So now you're gonna have like a bottle of lube, your favorite condom, new sheets, and like a blow up doll if you're a single guy. And you're like, where the fuck did this all come from?
How did they know that this is what I wanted?
And then you're looking in the corner like some eerie music's gonna play, and then your Amazon Echo Look's gonna turn on.
The Echo Look part starts playing some like wow.
Yeah, dude. Now they just need to do is give the Echo Look Scarlett Johansson's voice, and then we're literally living her. Right?
Yeah. That's right. It's another step towards her. Exactly right. Oh gosh. Yeah. So I thought we could get angry about that, and we did.
The thing is, I'm not even angry at them. Like, of course, companies are going to keep doing things until we say no.
Exactly.
I mean, like, look at
supply and demand. Yeah.
It's not even supply and demand. It's literally like it's like, hey, I don't want to get a cold.
Demand and supply.
I don't want to get a cold, so I'm going to walk out and lick the subway handlebar. That's what you're doing. You're like, I don't want people to spy on me all the time, yet I keep inviting things into my home. They're going to spy on me on purpose.
Yeah.
Because you're afraid your colors don't match? Ask someone. Hey, man, does this look bad on me? Yeah, you look fat. Cool, let me go change. Not fucking Amazon.
Well, it's because there's like this scale in everybody that on one side you have convenience, and on the other side you have fear of your privacy.
Yeah, well, convenience tends to win out.
And that's the thing. We put a lot more weight on convenience, and we always have, and that's...
Yeah, well, that's also why most guys, if they look back through their highlight reel of chicks that they've been with, there's probably a couple in there that are questionable. Mm-hmm. This convenience wore out.
Good enough looking.
You know what? Not even just guys.
Of crabs.
Not even just guys. I guarantee you, women have the same thing.
No,
like,
it's not.
I can't believe I let that guy touch me.
Yeah,
I just didn't feel like going out, and I didn't have to shave my legs.
It's probably even. I mean, I won't speak for women, but they probably have to make a lot more decisions about it. Is this guy good looking enough?
Well, the thing is
the guys are not the good looking ones.
Well, the thing is, if you're a woman also, it's got to be really uncomfortable, because if you decide a guy's good looking enough, right?
Yeah.
You're like, okay, he's good looking enough. He's probably not going to murder me.
That's
I'm going to let him into my house.
They have to decide that too.
And then once they see his donger, Like as a guy, dongers are weird looking, bro. Like they're weird. So you could think everything's great, and then this guy pulls out his wanger, and it's fucking weird looking. I mean,
That's true.
and they can still say no at that point.
When we look downstairs, we're like, can we put it in?
That's
Okay.
pretty much it. That's one
Does
thing
it have weird looking bumps on it? No? Okay.
Jesus Christ.
How did we get here so quickly?
I don't fucking
We
know.
flew down the gutter. Wow. Okay, let's reel it back in.
Speaking of gutters,
Oh, speaking of gutters, we saw it. Wow, what a segue. We're getting
that
better
was
at
actually a
this.
good one.
We're getting better
Yeah.
at this. We saw it. It was amazing. We saw
my
it
God.
in- you snagged Dolby Cinema tickets. That
Yep.
was incredible.
Well, I basically sat there and waited for like Fandango to email me and say, "Hey, you have the ability to buy tickets for this now."
Yeah.
And I literally wasn't even waiting for the email. I hopped up one day
Well,
and was like,
it was
yeah.
sold out. It was full.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. And
worth every penny.
yeah, what's funny is that when I thought back on it, I actually didn't like think too much about it being Dolby.
Yeah.
But I just was like, I let it happen because I was so in the movie. The movie is so engrossing and like so intense, and we don't have really anything angry to say about it.
No. Okay, so there's a couple things.
Yeah,
What I've been most annoyed by since I've seen the movie is not the movie. I'm very happy with the movie. I'm going to go see the movie again.
yeah.
What I'm not super happy about is the people that go out of their way to try to find something negative to say about the movie just to say something negative. They're like,
yeah.
oh, this movie made a bunch of money and everybody seems to like it. Let me be a contrarian. Now, I understand some people just love being contrarians. It's a fun way to troll your friends. But there's a difference between like in doing it for funsies and like, I thought the CGI was bad. It took me out of the movie. I'm like, what? No, I'm a pretty particular person myself, and I nitpick from time to time. We're not talking about a movie here with a $250 million budget.
Yeah.
For the budget that movie had,
Oh yeah.
it was amazing.
It was.
It was beautifully shot.
It was.
It was written really well. The acting was phenomenal. I really don't have any major complaints, and even my minor complaints are so small that I was like, it's not even worth complaining about.
Thing is, when complaints are so minor, like you're not. Why aren't you going into the movie to enjoy it?
Yeah.
Are you just consciously going into the movie to find things to be mad about?
Well, it seems like that.
Why movies are meant to be enjoyed.
Well, that's the thing is you went opening weekend and like, I don't know, maybe some people genuinely had problems with certain aspects of the movie, but for the most part, like when you read Rotten Tomatoes and you go through the 5 bad reviews there and you're reading them, I'm like, how is what you said a bad review? Why are you giving this movie a negative rating?
There's one, I don't know who it is, but some people on Reddit had pointed out that there is one reviewer that pops up on Rotten Tomatoes like every time, and he's always like
The Contrarian?
the contrarian.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
There was this one guy, his name was Armand White. He used to do it all the time, and he used to piss me off regularly, and then I realized he was just a
just
professional troll.
Well, yeah, probably. I mean, that's always an example, but I don't understand people who look for things to nitpick.
Well,
Like,
that's
what's the point? I mean,
I don't know.
It's
Maybe
stupid.
they have a podcast about getting angry about dumb shit.
unreasonably nitpicking.
Well, the thing is I really enjoyed it. The movie was great. The
Yeah, it
theater
was.
was great.
It was.
The crowd there was great.
Yeah. Oh, it was so much fun. Movies like that are so much fun to be in a theater full of people
because you can feel the energy.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
after every tense scene, everyone's like, "Oh, like together, we're all
Right?
like taking a breath of."
I've realized the 2 movies that I enjoy seeing the most in the theater, realistically, like aside from like visual spectacles, are comedies and horror movies. Because
yeah.
the crowd can make or break those kind of things. If you're in a crowd at a horror movie where people don't want to get scared,
Yeah.
so they make little jokes or they talk out loud, and then it can kind of ruin it.
Yeah.
But if everybody's into it and wants to get scared, you can feel the energy building up. You'd feel the tension in the room.
Right.
And
And
same with
I've-
comedies.
I've heard comedians say like, I prefer that people to see it in a room full of people.
Yeah.
because it's a better experience, or at least with one other person.
Yeah.
But it got me thinking about adaptations of books.
Okay.
Because just before this movie, at the beginning of the summer, The Dark Tower came out,
Oh God.
which
yeah.
neither of us have even seen. Have you read all of the books?
No.
No? Mm-mm. You haven't read any of them?
Nope.
Oh, I thought you had.
Nope.
Well, if you know anything about movies, you know that movie bombed. Tanked.
It
Well,
made
all
more it made more in its, I think, first day than Dark Tower's made in its whole run so far.
It the movie. How do we say that? It the movie.
Yeah, it 2017.
Yeah. No. So you have these two. I mean, it is a highly revered novel. It's probably arguably better than the Dark Tower novel.
It depends on some people really, really, really like the Dark Tower series, but yeah, it's considered his
it's a classic.
Stephen King's top 3.
Right. So, but it's just I think Dark Tower is Sony, right? Sony has a great job of dragging stuff through the shitter. They're really good at that.
Yes.
They drag Spider-Man through the shitter. They dragged X-Men through the shitter.
Who did old school Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire? That first series was that not Sony?
No, that was Columbia, I think.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah. No, Sony recently has had a horrible track record.
I don't know.
Yeah. But so you have studios and directors and screenwrite screen, how do you say that? Adapters of books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Screenwriters.
And they've another thing that comes to mind would be The Hobbit.
Oh God, now I can get
Yeah.
I
was trying to find something that you could get on board with.
Well, I know. I mean, the thing is, the first Lord of the Rings is I fucking love Lord of the Rings. These movies are really, really good. The Hobbit movie was. I don't even blame Peter Jackson, to be honest with you. I blame.
You don't?
No, dude.
It seems like he was pretty at fault for.
No, he wasn't supposed to direct him. It was supposed to be Guillermo del Toro.
Really?
Yeah, and Guillermo del Toro backed out.
Oh, I didn't know
And
that.
so at that point, Peter Jackson kind of picked up the pieces, and they decided to make one small book into 3 movies, which is completely unnecessary.
See, that's the other thing I was going to talk about. They did that with that. They did it with Harry Potter, Hunger Games. It's been done.
You can blame.
I
think Twilight started that.
Twilight and fucking. That's the other thing. Young adult books.
Yeah.
We're
bouncing all over the place here.
Yeah, we are. Sorry.
But The Hobbit, so from my understanding was, if you remember Lord of the Rings, the reason the Lord of the Rings was so successful is because of all the practical effects. They didn't do a bunch of CGI. Yeah. And I think people were expecting that kind of thought and energy and care to go into it. And because Peter Jackson didn't get the years that he spent on Lord of the Rings to work on it, a lot of it got kind of crammed together, and he's not even happy with it. He said numerous times that it wasn't the way he would have done it had he had the full thing. So I don't really blame him 100% for that. I mean, fuck. As far as Harry Potter goes, I didn't read the books. Twilight, obviously didn't read the books. My wife read Hunger Games, and she seemed okay.
I did too.
Happy for the most part, but she was a little bummed out that the last one got split in half too.
Well, the thing is, I read the books too, and I really enjoyed them.
Yeah.
But the movies, by the end, they kind of got to the point where they're just going through the motions.
Got it.
They didn't really. It wasn't like Harry Potter. Like Harry Potter, you have each book and each movie has a different feel from movie to movie, because Harry is going through something different each time, and it's a different kind of thing going on. But with Hunger Games, it's just the tone is the same all the way through, and nothing really changes, and it's all just kind of just oh yes, this is what happened in the book. Okay, now they're going to do this because I read it in the book. Yeah.
Got it.
So what was great about it is that it was a different time period. They changed that, and that changed a little bit of it. So it was a different feel. So you didn't feel like it was just painting by the numbers.
Yeah.
You kind of it had a fresher kind of feel to it.
He definitely took some liberties with some of the content and then switched things as he felt appropriate.
And not in a bad way.
Not a bad way.
It didn't affect the story. It didn't affect the characters. If only it enhanced them and made it more interesting for the screen. So when I see movies like it, the new one, and it's one of those things that makes me think, why can't every adaptation be this good? At least of good books. Of course, there are plenty of horrible books that are adapted into horrible movies, but I mean, the good books that are adapted into bad movies are what frustrates me.
The one opposite of that is Up in the Air. I read the book, and I don't like the book nearly as much as the movie. I thought the movie was much better.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Did you read the book first or after?
I don't fucking remember, actually. I think I read the book after watching the movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, this isn't as good. Normally you read the book going, oh, this is going to be awesome. It's going to have more detail and blah, blah, blah. And I did not feel like that at all.
Yeah, I tried to read the Gone Girl book.
Yeah.
And I realized that I liked Gone Girl because it was David Fincher.
Yeah.
So
I like the Victorian
I might
style,
do that with I mean, I don't read that much, so I was like, this is interesting enough
Yeah.
that it maybe I'll be interested in the book. But I didn't.
I did the same thing with
Not
Fight
that
Club.
it's a bad book. It's just
I did the same thing with Fight Club, and Choke. Those Chuck Palahniuk books. I don't remember how I felt about the movies of Choke, but I think the Fight Club kind of has its own thing. Like I kind of like the movie. Like they feel like different things. Like the same story.
Yeah.
But the movie's rad. Like I think
Yeah.
I actually prefer the movie, which may piss a lot of people off, but I actually think I prefer the movie.
Yeah.
And then I like being able to get through a whole story in 2.5 hours instead of like 2 weeks, depending on the story.
Yeah.
Whereas the book, I enjoyed the book. Like the book was really, really good. But that's why I like the movie so much. This movie, because it didn't feel PG down. Like the original movie, like is creepy as
anything,
Pennywise was. This Pennywise actually creeped me out more. Like his actual being.
Yeah.
You know, he did a good job of balancing like being kind of silly and creepy and scary, and the kids were phenomenal. I actually liked the kids better in this one than I did the original, and the kids were the strong part about the TV movie. So
Yeah.
it was good to see that. Yeah, I'm not gonna say I wish I had something to be angry about. I mean, as long as I waited for that movie,
Yeah.
I'm stoked that I didn't walk away going, well, fuck, that was a letdown.
Yeah.
Only letdown is that the next one's probably not going to be out till 2019. And then I'm sure we'll probably be angry about some of the casting, but we'll see.
Is it confirmed the same director?
I believe he did say he's going to be part of it. Yeah, so
That's good.
hopefully, as much money as that movie made, you'd think they'd be like, hey, dude, we'll pay you a big chunk of money to stay around and work on this one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna dial up the unreasonableness.
Okay.
This is really dumb, but I am angry about it.
Okay.
So you know when you're on Reddit and
Oh, God. Whenever you start a sentence with that, I'm like, oh, fuck.
and someone posts a video that okay, so it's either horizontal when it shouldn't be. It has black bars on the sides.
Horizontal mean vertical?
Yeah,
You mean like
yeah,
portrait
yes.
mode instead of
No,
landscape?
sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Like an
Vertical.
animal?
Vertical. Yeah. When it's vertical, when it shouldn't be. Like, I understand if you're a person and you're like doing a selfie video, that makes sense. I mean, at least to some degree that it would be vertical because you're a vertical human.
Sure.
But practically any other example.
If
would
you're
not be.
actually filming something you want me to look at, film it landscape.
Yes. Yeah. Or it has black bars on the side because it wasn't formatted properly. It has a low. See, I can
you're
just
making
see
me
the.
mad.
I can
Yep.
see the. Yeah. A low frame rate to the
Yep.
point where, like, I've seen recently people just commenting like, "That's a nice slideshow that you posted." GIFs that are just weirdly shaped. I mean, just that goes along with the formatting thing.
Okay.
Just like people making content for the internet and not giving a shit about like formatting or like aspect ratio or anything, and then I have to deal with that, and it's like, fuck you. If you want me to look at your shit,
This
make
would have
it
been
good.
a really good rapid fire.
It would have, but I, believe it or not, I could talk about this for a little bit because, like, I enjoy creating content. Like,
Sure,
I like editing videos. I like making this podcast,
Yeah.
and I put a lot of care and effort into it. And this is a little meta, but
You know what you should do for this section of the podcast? Do it all in mono.
oh god. Well, our voices are mono, but I would if I were to make the music mono. Oh god,
Just
Anyway.
compress it and do everything to the right.
Yeah, I make it like.
Make it so that people think their ears are fucking going out. Like, what the fuck is that?
Put it on one side.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pan this entire segment on one side. And if people have the other side of their earbud in, they're not going to hear anything.
shit.
They'll be like, what? Did I pause it?
And if suddenly we got really quiet, you may be deaf in one of your ears. So just,
So stupid. No, but I'm into making stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I put a lot of care in. And like the reason I haven't like released music recently is because I take a long time to like get the creative process going and then the technical process and all that because I
want it
want
to
it
be
to be
perfect.
good. I want it. I care about it.
Yeah.
And so when you put, and I realize it's not the same as putting GIFs on Reddit, but to a degree, I mean, there's like
if that's the most artistic you are, then take some goddamn pride in it.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Like if I understand not everyone's creative, not everyone makes stuff like that, but if you choose to like make a video
Yeah.
or make something and put it on the internet, put some care into it And like,
You know what that kind of reminds me of, and it makes me think, how have we not talked about this?
What?
Do you remember when you got in trouble on YouTube for editing that video and posting it?
What video?
Remember? Do you remember the fucking video you put on there that was similar to what somebody else had posted?
Oh, it's on YouTube Haiku.
Yeah, but you had added music or something to it. And
Yeah,
it was
YouTube
really funny.
Haiku is a subreddit where people post really short videos.
Yeah.
And someone had a really short video of like a birthday party where like there's this family gathered around the cake and they're singing happy birthday, and it
Yeah.
pans over to a dog
Yeah.
on the other side of the room,
Yeah.
completely alone, just staring at the camera, like really sad. And so I put Mozart's Lacrimosa to it because it was really funny, dramatic music. And the original creator of the video made a copyright claim. And this isn't even the stupid part. The stupid part,
It is.
no. The stupid part is that he messaged me and he was like, hey man, I'm sorry for the copyright thing. I thought it was a funny video. So I was basically like, I didn't say this to him, but I was basically like, what the fuck? Then why'd you do the copyright claim? Because you want the fucking views on your
Yes.
channel? Oh, I'm so
100%.
sorry I stole the views from you.
You made my video better.
Exactly. You
I
made my video
admit
better.
that it's better, but
And so-
fuck you.
This is the best part. I haven't even said the best part. The best part is that he offered to put it on his channel. To repost the video with the music I added on his channel. And then he'd be like, he'd give me credit in the description
Yeah.
of the video.
What did you say back to him?
I said, okay. And he never did it. And so,
I just remember, 'cause you were young,
this is the
right?
thing.
Weren't
If
you like
go-
17 or
If you go
18?
into YouTube IQ, I'm sure it's in the top 200 posts of that subreddit.
Fuck
because
that.
it did
Fucking
really well.
link it on our Twitter.
I will.
Fuck it.
No. But if you click on the video, it won't play. Because it's gone.
Yours or his?
Mine, the one with the music.
Ah.
So it's one of those lost, forgotten links on a Reddit thread
Remake
where
it.
everyone's commenting like,
Remake
"Oh,
it.
this was so funny," and then you can't watch the video.
No, fuck that. Remake it and then put it on Twitter. Put his version and your version. Fuck that guy.
Oh man, we're gonna court. Our podcast lawyers are gonna be all up in your
The
ass.
court of public opinion, bitch. Yours was better.
Come to a citizen's arrest. Fuck you.
Arrest these nuts. So
That's
one of the
so
things that's been bothering me,
It's the dumbest story.
I like it. One of the things that's bothering me
Yeah.
is we talked about the hurricane last week, right?
Yeah,
Hurricane Harvey,
yeah,
which destroyed the lives of millions of people.
yeah.
And
It's awful.
I know that probably sounded a little sarcastic or like, no, but it really did. It fucked up a lot of shit. Shortly thereafter, Hurricane Irma shows up.
Yes.
And yet people stand out on the beach and take videos of the waves? What the fuck are you doing?
People are stupid.
What?
People are stupid.
People are donating time and money and dollars and
You're right.
money
it
and
shits-
dollars, by
you're
the
right.
way.
It shits in all of the people trying to help's face
And then
to do
your
that. You're right.
stupid ass
You're right.
decides to go out and stand on like the edge of the fucking pier.
And take a selfie.
And what the fuck are people doing? Not to mention, get the fuck out of Florida. First off, why the fuck do you live in Florida? I know I'm probably pissing off like everybody in Florida. Nobody listens to here from Florida. Why do you live in Florida anyway? Like, aside if you
You went from alienating them to.
I want to know. All I know about Florida is that, like, it's fucking crazy. There's fucking snakes and alligators and iguanas and all kinds of crazy shit everywhere.
Nothing about it is appealing
Nothing sounds
to me.
appealing.
It's the opposite of Washington.
It's fucking humid constantly.
Yeah.
There are fucking tourists everywhere, and I fucking hate tourists. So all those things sound terrible. And then you add in the people that live there that like do bath salts and then chew each other's fucking face off, which sounds awful. And then you just throw in hurricanes. Is Disney World that awesome? Like,
I'm
is it?
confused. What's the point of this conversation?
I don't fucking know. I just don't understand.
We're shitting on the people who are suffering? Is that what
Not
we're
no.
That's what it sounds like.
First, no. I apologize to everyone in Florida for
Yeah.
what they're going through. Obviously, we care very much.
They're innocent. Yeah.
Yes, we care. I know that I've donated to hurricane support. I'm sure you probably have as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I have family that lives in Florida, and then I'm praying for them, and I hope that everything's okay.
Yeah.
But what I don't understand, really, what started this was how angry I get of these idiots that like watch the news and then they go, "Oh, okay, so there's going to be a category fucking 4 hurricane. Let me go outside and film it."
Yeah.
What the flying fuck?
People have.
Then it developed.
Stupid.
Then it delved into. I'm just curious as to why people live there. It sounds terrifying.
The stupid thing is, I would say people don't have any common sense, but that's not it. It's
No.
like it's this like, oh, it's fine. Like I've been through hurricanes before, blah blah blah. And don't get me wrong, I've never been through a hurricane.
Yeah.
But I don't know how many times I've heard this is not the same. This is like the biggest tropical storm we've ever reported on.
You and I
Ever.
grew up in California. If they told us, Gary, Tuesday, 1 p.m., there's going to be a 9.1 earthquake, you're going to die.
Shit.
I would get the fuck out.
No, you don't fuck around
So
with
I
that.
do understand. Now, realistically, if you're like a single person and you like the beach, sure, I get it. Like Miami Beach, people walking around like little skimpy bathing suits, sure.
Okay.
But it's also 90 fucking degrees and it's like 112% humidity. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I'm curious. It's
12% past the laws of physics. That's how humid it is.
I'm not judging people for living in Florida. I'm just curious of a different lifestyle. I'm curious of this. It sounds like a terrifying place, right? Like it's like living in the. Living in the Australian outback, except it's a city.
I don't
state.
necessarily judge.
Hold on,
people
I want to make sure
there.
people understand that I know Miami is a city, Florida is a state.
What I didn't hear that.
Yeah, just make perfectly clear here.
Yeah,
I
we
understand
know.
that it's a state.
You don't have to correct this. Yeah, please don't email us. I don't judge people for living there. I just don't understand it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not judging you. I'm curious.
Yeah.
Please tell me.
Yeah.
Because if I were to tell you, hey, I'm moving, where are you moving to? I'm not going to tell you. And you're like, why not? And I'm like, I don't want you to get scared. And you're like, why would I get scared? And I'm like, because there's hurricanes, there's poisonous snakes, there's poisonous lizards, there are meth heads eating people's faces off. You'd be like, where the fuck are you moving? Don't go there.
Here's the thing, and I'm gonna get like I'm gonna get a beaten with some soap in pillow cases for this from some Seattleites. But I'm gonna say everyone says horrible things about the rain in Seattle, but it's really not that bad.
Not that bad.
And they don't want us to tell you that because they'll be like, oh, it's not bad. I'm gonna come live there now.
Yeah.
But no, it isn't. So if I went to Florida and I walked outside and I was like, oh, actually, this isn't that bad. It's 90 right now. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not bad. But I've been to DC in a heat wave.
Yeah.
And that, like, from what I understand, the humidity and heat there doesn't even compare. I mean, it's closer to Florida, but it still doesn't compare to how bad Florida gets. So, like, just getting that little taste of it, I was like, no, I don't understand this.
You know what? I'm allowed to say whatever the fuck I want. You know why? Because I get people all the time that go, you purposely moved to Seattle? Doesn't everybody just want to kill themselves there? And I get that from people that fucking live here or that have visited here. I'm like, no, it's great. It's gorgeous.
So you want to move to Florida because that's where everyone kills each other.
Exactly.
Oh, that might be the worst thing I've said on this podcast.
That's pretty bad.
I think we've gotten there.
But to wrap everything back up.
How many days without a terrible thing said? Have to erase it and put a 0 now.
We really do hope the best for everybody from Hurricane Irma. We don't want to make light of that. It's not a funny situation.
Yes.
But I am very curious after this happens, after Hurricane Irma, when the people that have fled go back, what is it about Florida? I'm genuinely curious what it is that makes you go.
Well, that's what's terrible is people are going to come back to destroyed homes and they're going to like see people standing next to them like, oh, we had a blast, like just like taking selfies and Snapchats and looking at the, the waves and the flooding and stuff. Oh, sorry about your house, man.
Yeah, right?
Like, what?
Right? Well, then you get the people that are like, oh, they only like 12% of people have flood insurance. And I'm like, that can't be a real fucking number, right?
Well, it's extremely... from what I understand, it's extremely hard to get. The premiums are ridiculous. I understand, like people just it's difficult. It's difficult. But I mean, you chose to live
move there if you can't afford it.
You chose to live there.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's awful. I don't know what to think. There's like we have the fires here. There are hurricanes there, and the world's ending. Trump is president.
Well, then you had that earthquake in Mexico.
Yeah,
there was like an 8.1 or 8.2 fucking earthquake.
Yeah,
seriously.
Yeah.
Did you just say "and Trump's president"?
Yeah. I just wanted to tack that on there, just for fun.
And his fucking wife wears high heels, man.
I'm imagining a bumper.
Mad.
I'm imagining a bumper sticker.
Bumper sticker.
That's just ... and Trump is president. Whatever bad thing.
Whatever bad thing happens.
Yeah. We haven't done a rapid fire in a while.
You mean we haven't done a rapid fire?
Rapid fire.
Pew, 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 pew.
I think I turned into a horse for a second. Rapid fire. All right.
If you're new to the show, this is the segment where we rant about something that's stupid for 1 minute. Because that way we don't take up 9 minutes of your ear hole time.
For something so stupid.
Yes.
All right, who's first?
Gary's first.
All right.
And at the end of the 1 minute, you'll hear an alarm go off and Gary will be done.
Yep.
And that will be it, Gary.
Okay.
That will be it.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. And go.
All right. In TV shows and movies, sometimes actors are driving the car and talking to the passenger, right?
Okay.
And when they look over at the passenger and talk to them for an ridiculous amount of time without looking at the road while they're fucking driving, I just always am like, look at the road. What the this is not realistic. You would not be able to look at the passenger for this long while you're talking. You have to look at I tried it in my car before. Like, if I look over for more than 2 seconds, I have to look back because I'm going to fucking run into something. So, okay, here's what happens though. If it's in a thriller, then I'm thinking the entire time while they're looking over that they're going to get in a car crash.
And you're dead.
Because, yeah, it's going to be like, okay, you've been looking over too long. You're going to fucking die soon. So it's like, what the fuck, director? I mean, I know there's a suspension of disbelief or whatever, but it always is extremely distracting to me, and I get really frustrated. And I'm like, stop, look at the road. Look at your road! Look at the road!
And what actually bothers me is when their hands wiggle back and forth in the steering wheel.
Yeah.
I'm driving, wiggle, wiggle,
how children imagine people drive.
Yeah, because when I get my car, I've done this where I get my car, I'm like, what happened if wow, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that doesn't work well.
All right.
Okay.
Mine's going to be even dumber than that. So one of the things that pisses me off on a regular basis about being downtown, working down there, is how often on a daily basis I walk into a cloud of someone's BO.
Ooh.
Now, I understand. If it's a cultural thing and you're not allowed to wear deodorant, it's unfortunate for you and it's unfortunate for me that I gotta smell you, but at the very least, I figure if you're here, there's gotta be some sort of I don't know if it's your God that says you can't, but I would imagine if you're in America, especially if you're in Seattle, that there'd be some sort of leverage there. You'd be like, hey God, since I'm around these people, can I put a little deodorant on? But what really irritates me is when I know that something's not wrong with you at all, it's nothing to do with your religion, and yet for some reason you feel like it's okay to just infest my nose with your stink. Like you're walking around knowing you smell like that. Kind of like when people don't brush their teeth and you know you're having a conversation with someone who knows they didn't fucking brush their teeth, and the film of disgusting grime and nastiness that they had on their fucking mouth from the day before, except it's up in your armpits, and when you walk by, you leave a cloud of dust. It's almost as bad as somebody with too much perfume or cologne, but instead, it's your natural fucking stink. Did I don't know.
Are people... Is that really a thing? Are they
every fucking day, every fucking day.
But they're not allowed to?
Some cultures, yeah, they're not allowed to do that. It's not natural.
I didn't know that.
It
doesn't change anything, but
that'd be I know some people are all about.
You got it out.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
But
we're
not
going to do an episode.
So infuriating, dude.
We're not going to do an episode about BO.
The thing is, I
agree.
I have a sensitive sense of smell.
Yeah.
And there's only so many times per day I go without getting a little frustrated. And you can't say anything. Maybe I should make business cards and on them they say you smell bad. Signed, Eric. Get a lot of fights with people, I think.
I have one more.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah. It's really dumb, though. It's probably we're just going dumber and dumber. Here we go.
You.
Facebook recently changed so that profile pictures appear as circles instead of squares now. Mm-hmm. And it bugs me. I know, this is so fucking stupid. But it's what? As someone interested in graphic design and stuff like that, and web page design, it just bugs me because it's it was completely unnecessary. You see probably 40% less of their picture now. If they're posing with someone next to them, you're not going to see that person. And it's not we don't look at circular photographs. When you open up a photo album, are the photographs circular? No, they're fucking square. So why do our fucking profiles have to be circular? What the fuck is that about? All right, that's enough. That was
your
congressman. Yeah, I'm going to write to my Congress. Hey, Facebook changed the profile pictures to circles. Please put in a bill about this. Make it illegal. Fucking assholes.
I just turned the alarm off because you were
There you go. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
There was just a little bonus one from Gary. Everyone in the room is now dumber for having heard it.
Yeah. We get mad about this stupidest shit.
We really do, but it's fun. I mean, I think it's the most relatable part of our show.
If it's entertaining, then
if
great.
you sat there and looked at yourself or looked at the whatever device you're using and you went, why the fuck? Really? All the things in the world to get mad about, and that's what you're mad about? Yes. The answer to your question
you're
is
not
yes.
listening to the right podcast. If you don't relate on some level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had another rapid fire idea, but I think I'm going to save it for like an actual segment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I think it's going to take me more than a minute, and I think it's something I'd like to delve into.
Then why you mention?
I'm teasing it.
Oh, okay.
Teasing. Everybody likes to be teased. I don't fucking know, man. I'm exhausted.
I feel like we should have hit stop like 3 minutes ago, but we're still going.
Thank you for listening to
I'm playing the music now. Thank you for listening to episode 24.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 24. It's right in front of me.
of the Unreasonably Angry podcast.
And we hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please rate us and review us on Facebook or iTunes. Like, when you go to a restaurant, you say on Yelp, "This was great. I enjoyed it." And then other people, like your friends, look at it and they're like, "Hey, I should go to that restaurant.
How reviews work.
I should go to that restaurant." And... well, I'm saying that's the same for podcasts. Like, we're the restaurant owners, and when you spread the word, we're happy that we get more business.
Yes. And if you didn't like the podcast, go take a selfie out on the beach in Miami. That might be too far. If you have any ideas, thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, want to tell us go fuck ourselves, want to tell us that we're being insensitive or that we're handsome, please feel free to send us an email.
Well, we are being insensitive.
Well, of course.
That's not up for debate.
Oh, I thought you were going to say handsome. Damn it. Unreasonably Angry Podcast at
Handsomely
gmail.com.
insensitive.
And until next time, my name is Eric.
And I'm Gary.
Stay angry, fuckers.